ex-parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I'm really thankful to Daru Khan Saab for giving me the opportunity to be over here and speaking among you in regard to being the chief guest and as part with that representing Balochistan. First of all, I would like to really thank all the delegates who have come to Pakistan, and they've shown their interest and their keen trust that they have in Pakistan in coming over here and seeing and exploring opportunities which can really benefit them and can really benefit the economic position of our country and the areas in different sectors. It's been a quite enlightening session for me, learning few of the opportunities which Balochistan really seeks and the opportunities which few of the companies and few of the stakeholders have proposed over here. I must say it's a very valuable venture, bringing in all the Islamic countries joined together in exploring the opportunities which they can have in the region in exchange of many things. It can be an exchange of cultures, it can be exchange of business, it can be an exchange of trade, expertise, human resource, and many more to go. As we have seen from the presentations, the region has a very big prospect in different venues, whether it's about connectivity, it's about population, it's about resources, it's about weather, and so many other things. I'm of the belief there is still a lot to be explored in this region, and there's a lot that can be done in advancing technologies to bring in value addition to what we have in all these countries. The chairman of the Board of Investment in Balochistan has really apprised you with a short video and with some numbers which were there. I would not really go into details, but I'll touch upon a few things what Balochistan has to offer to rest of the country. While sitting over here and having some numbers there, if one has to spend $100 billion in a place and get its returns and gets its usage in the whole of Pakistan, there's only one place, that is Balochistan. This is not an exaggerated figure. It's a figure which has a base with it. It is a figure which has depth in it. Like my friend pointed out few of the areas which has a lot of potential in Balochistan. Mineral zone of Balochistan has been talked about a lot. I'll touch base a very small thing. We have this very unique place which is shared in between Pakistan, Iran and Afghanistan. Iran is already in the production of copper and gold from their region. We have seen Turkey coming up into gold production in recent years, and that has really opened up a very vast opportunity for their country. The region of Balochistan, which is specifically called Chaghi district, has been only explored 1%. And 1% of that region, what we have estimated, can have a potential of producing more than 50 billion tons of copper and gold mixed together in that processing area. Barrick Gold and Antofagasta are two renowned companies globally which work in copper and gold globally. Chile, being the biggest producer of copper in the world, was one of the companies which had a venture in Balochistan, but that went into a litigation and Pakistan lost the case, so we are facing some international court issues over there, but we are coming back with a new plan of really exploiting it and bringing that opportunity back to the companies by bringing in policies, investor security in terms of legislation and many other things. The region not only has a potential of initially investing something like $10 billion just for 2 years and bringing the 1% into production, even if we just explored that 1% of production only in that small part of Balochistan, would require something like 400 megawatts of power only. And if we have to exploit it to its true potential, there'll be a need of 5,000 megawatts in order to explore the whole belt of that Reykjavik oil and gas opportunity, mineral opportunity over there. So it's not only one mineral resource which is bringing in investment, it's renewable power generation, which itself is another investment which shall be consumed by that producing mineral area. So once you have this 5,000 megawatt in terms of 10 years time coming to its potential and 10 years time coming to mining potential, there's a huge need of putting up smelter projects which would process that copper oxide and copper sulfate. And once you have a total value of that production, you would need more than 1,000 to 1,500 truck vessels daily going to a port and supplying it globally. Same wise, if you see the potential Balochistan has of 750 kilometers of its coast, I'll give you a very small example of what that coast can really produce in. Currently, the whole coast is unutilized. The export of fisheries which we have from Pakistan, 80% is being done from Balochistan. And there's still a lot. Turkey, South Korea, Thailand, they have done a very wonderful job for the past many years in cage farming facilities in their areas. Balochistan water carries a huge potential of cage farming. And the reason I talk about it, recently, 2 years back, I had a session with one of the Vietnam investors who are doing cage farming in Vietnam. And Vietnam has a total export of nearly $4 billion of fish only, whereas Pakistan has only $500 million. And the reason I asked is, why do you choose Balochistan and Pakistan? And the reason for that was the temperature, quality, and overall weather factor of Balochistan coast, which suits it, where the salinity level of water is quite moderate, where the weather is quite conducive for generation, and so on, many other things. The coast also has a lot of potential of developing not only international tourism, but local tourism. The city where you are sitting is something like close to officially 22 million people, but unofficially Karachi is close to near 13 million people. And if we include Hyderabad and many other places, in forecasting of 5 to 10 years' time, Karachi itself would be a city which will be greater than many countries in the world. And the coast of Balochistan starts from Karachi. So the potential of attracting a tourism within local vicinity of Karachi is huge. Even if we attract 5% of people, that number goes to 1.5 million. And that itself is a market itself. Refinery is one of the components where Balochistan is attracting a lot of people. Pakistan imports more than 80%, 75 to 80% of its crude oil products usage and processing. So the country has 80% of vacuum of putting up more refineries. And the coast which we have, which is right next to Karachi, starting from Gadani and all the way to Gwadar, makes the whole coast of Balochistan a very potential area for LNG storage facilities, for oil bunkering facilities, and for refining facilities in the area. Because Karachi port, if we see Karachi KPT port and Port Qasim facility, they have become quite congested with period of time. And it's very essential for Pakistan to develop more ports. As we are foreseeing the performance and the way things shall be, inshallah, in another 5 years' time, we shall be needing more ports than what we have actually right now. At the same time, Balochistan has a very huge potential of water storage also. Being 44% of the whole country, Balochistan is the only place which can be the ponding area for this country in upcoming times. Not because of what snow melts we have, but when it rains in Balochistan, it rains on a very massive scale. And we don't have those massive scale dams which can really accumulate water. In current studies, when I became the Chief Minister of Balochistan, we were doing meetings regarding drought. And right after 1 month, we were doing meetings regarding floods. And the floods levels were so high that it was estimated if we would have accumulated those water through dams, we could have accumulated worth 2 million acres of land water. Balochistan has an extension of agriculture also. Kachi Canal has been a very old project, but now it is coming to its real completion and production, which will initially start an estimated area development of virgin land area development of more than 6 lakh acres, which opens up a very big opportunity where corporates can come in and merge in for agriculture, corporate farming mechanisms. A shipyard facility which we have in Karachi. Day before yesterday, we had an MOU with the shipyard of Karachi and government of Balochistan of making the second shipyard in Pakistan in Gwadar. Being on the point where it's closest to Gulf, 70% of the oil trade goes from state of Hormuz and from Pakistan Gwadar side, being close to the vicinity of African ports, then again being close to Muscat and many regions, Balochistan Gwadar really depicts a very idealistic place for becoming the overhauling, shipyard and ship repairing facility for many vessel companies in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a list of things which I can go on with. But what I want to say, the area of Balochistan is now being linked, the only place which can really prosper Pakistan. It's not been said by me, it's been said by the Prime Minister of the country, by the Chief of the Army Staff of this country, by many, many business communities of Pakistan, that what potential this province has the capacity where you can chip in, you can put in money, and you'll get in what is required by any international standards. Renewable energy is the future of any country. And Balochistan is one of the best regions globally counted for renewable. Not only in wind and solar, but Balochistan is the only place in Pakistan which has the potential of developing the CSP, concentrated solar power mechanism. We have one in Morocco, we have that in US, and now recently Dubai is planning of making their first CSP power project, which is about 24-hour electricity supply through solar mechanism. So the kind of things this place has a true potential connectivity with the region also. People talk about CPEC, but the true potential of CPEC route is from Balochistan. As we know, the Silk Route which we talk about goes from the Himalayas. When we talk about an all-weather road, that's only Balochistan. And that is basically from China to Central Asian countries to Turkmenistan, via Afghanistan, Kandahar, Quetta, and then maybe Gwadar or Karachi. That's the only route which 12 months in a year can be functional without any disruption. So the province